Hi, welcome back to Herbal Blends Pharmacy. My name is Dr. Tamitha Davis. Today I want to talk to you guys about supplements and are they necessary? Do they work? What's the best kind? And yeah, let's go ahead and dive into our topic. But first, if you're interested in videos that have talks about health and healing and use of herbs and gardening, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I have been asked several questions throughout my pregnancy. What kind of prenatal vitamin am I taking? Am I taking a prenatal vitamin? Do vitamins work? Am I just taking herbal supplements, or am I taking something from a shelf off of a grocery store? So I'm going to address some of those questions in here, and this doesn't necessarily have to be just for pregnancy. It can be for anybody in general who is looking to try to get nutrients into their body or just want to educate themselves on facts and pros and cons of taking facts, fictions, pros, cons on taking vitamin supplements. So when I found out I was pregnant, I went to a naturopath, and it was because I have limited knowledge in pregnancy and stuff. I just had like basic education, and that was not one of my prerequisites or one of my extra classes that I desired to take, because that was not the path I wanted to go down. So I had to go find somebody, which was quite difficult actually, to find a naturopath that actually specializes in pregnancy and nutrition. So I will be expanding my knowledge and maybe taking a few other courses in pregnancy because of the limited amount of holistic doctors out there that actually don't have a clue. Okay, so when I had gone to my naturopath, she ran some blood tests, found out that I was a little low on iron. I talked about iron in my past videos, but when you take the average person, when you look at an average iron test, or any blood test for that matter, it's based off the average person in your, area, I guess, or if you're in the United States or wherever you're from, however they measure that. And most people are very deficient, but they're showing what the average person can survive off of, basically. So they have this little chart, it's a little green bar, at least where I'm from, has a little green bar, and then outside the bar is like yellow, and then out the far very end is like red. So ideally what they say is you need to be within this green bar to be an average, healthy, normal level. And then the yellow is somewhat of a deficiency, and red is like a severe deficiency. So when I had my iron, all my other levels checked, it was teetering on the lower end of the green bar, which means, in my knowledge, that I am really deficient, if not borderline, like anemic, or, in my mind, red zone, too close to that red zone, because again, it's based off of the average person in my area or country. And like I said, most people are deficient, but we're able to survive. Like, we're not going to die immediately, okay? So that kind of gave me an idea of where I needed to be, what I need to either supplement with or to eat more of to get those numbers back the other direction. Now, you can go way off the charts on the other direction, but a lot of people, unless you have some sort of blood disorder or whatever, you're not going to be teetering that way unless you're like chugging and popping all kinds of iron pills. So I'm not at all worried about that. So she recommended some things. Unfortunately, what I have noticed in my experience, and this is why I became picky with what school I went to become a naturopath, is that a lot of naturopaths go to a particular school. I'm not going to name it, but it's a very, very popular school, which teaches them a different way of healing bodies holistically. And some of the stuff that she was mentioning, I'm like, that's not why I'm coming to you, because I'm not looking to take a pharmaceutical medication. For heartburn, she recommended Tums. Okay, that's not why I'm coming to a naturopath, for them to recommend Tums to me. I'm not going to a naturopath for them to recommend ferrous sulfate to me. I want something that's, natural. Somebody's trying to call my husband. Stop calling me. So I had to look back at my, books on pregnancy, because I did have a section where there was pregnancy. And actually I didn't talk a whole lot about it, but there was a whole other class I could have taken. So I did buy some books to help educate me, and I will be taking some extra classes, because this really needs to be taught in our community with women who are having babies. So I looked at, and I already know some of the herbs that I've been taking previously to help raise up my iron, but when you get pregnant, your need for iron significantly increases, because your blood volume by third trimester has almost gone up 50%. So you definitely need more iron. And there's lots of babies that are born iron deficient because the mother was deficient going into the pregnancy, or that low end of that green bar, and they're just not taking enough iron, or they're not being supplemented. So I wanted to try to keep my iron levels up, and I can tell when my iron starts to go down. I'm not getting enough iron. So what I was taking in the beginning of my pregnancy was not working once I hit my third trimester, and my blood volume went up by 50%. So I had to increase. So I did supplement with, I did my research. There's a product that a lot of naturopaths and herbalists do recommend to help raise your iron, and I've had great success with this in the past. It's called, Floradex. It's a liquid iron. I take Floradex and herbs. It has a lot of herbs in there too that helps to increase your uptake of iron. Has the vitamin C in it, and it's a liquid that you take in a little shot glass. It comes with it, and the average person can take 1 serving of that per day. But because I was on that low end, I started taking 3 of the little shot glasses of it a day. Now, once I got to my third trimester, I was having some symptoms, so I had requested my OB to check my iron. And it had gone up a little bit, it had increased, but I was symptomatic. And you can be symptomatic, like with your ferritin, for instance. You usually want to have your ferritin above 100, okay? Mine was at 47. Ferritin is your iron store, what you actually have stored up. So mine was 47, which tells me this is why I'm having symptoms, because I need it to be closer to that 100, if not above. And their high end of that is 250, I believe. So I need to be comfortably about 150. And despite me taking that iron supplement in the beginning, I needed to take more. So now I'm up to 5 of those shot glasses of the iron, the Floradex and herbs every day to help get my iron back up. Also, in my pregnancy tea that I am drinking, it has stinging nettle, and it helps to raise up your iron, also increases your uptake of iron. It has the alfalfa in it. So I'm taking an herbal tea, so I've actually, instead of drinking 1 quart of that, I have now increased that by double. So I doubled it. So now I'm drinking 2 quarts of that a day, and also eating iron-rich foods. You get a lot of iron from your leafy greens. You could also get it from beets, have a lot of iron in. I also cook on a cast iron skillet. These are things that's going to help with your iron. Also making sure I'm not taking anything that has a lot of calcium, because calcium can block your absorption of your iron. And also I want to make sure with the vitamin C, it's vitamin C, at least 1,000 milligrams. You're not going to know that because I'm not measuring it. The Floradex has vitamin C in it that's from plants. So I just make sure I'm just increasing, like my berries and bell peppers have lots of vitamin C. So whenever I'm taking it, I'm making sure that I'm increasing my vitamin C intake as well. And I'm not drinking like almond milk. Almond milk has calcium in it. So I want to make sure I'm not drinking anything that has calcium to block the absorption, at least within an hour, hour and a half when I'm taking my iron supplement. So another thing that the doctor, my naturopath, had recommended was getting a good plant-based prenatal vitamin. And I did some research on some stuff. It was a little difficult finding one that was a legitimate company that has a prenatal that's not got a bunch of synthetics in it, and that's just strictly plant-based, because I'll have to do another video on the topic of taking isolated vitamins and stuff, because those can be very, very dangerous. So if you can get plant-based things that are from foods, because that's where animals in nature, you guys see my videos where I talk about what's nature doing that we're not doing. Nature isn't popping supplements, so we need to be getting most of our vitamins and minerals from nature. So increasing my my leafy greens. Ideally, you want to shoot for 7 to 10 cups. You know, they had the magnesium in there. Magnesium is very essential for also iron absorption. It has the iron in it, and it's not going to rob you of nutrients. It's going to give you nutrients. It's also going to help balance out your gut. The other thing that people are having issues with absorbing vitamins and minerals because they don't have enough stomach acid. And I do get heartburn every now and then, depends on, especially if I'm eating crappy, I feel the heartburn coming, and it's just horrific. Plus there's your hormones are all wonky, and that can also affect your stomach acid as well, and you can have acid reflux or GERD or whatever when you're pregnant because of your hormones causes that as well. So you want to make sure that you're eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, things that are easy to digest, laying off the processed foods to help rebuild your hydrochloric acid in your stomach and to help with your digestive system, period. I don't recommend eating, and I don't eat a whole lot of processed foods. Every now and again, I will have like a sandwich of some sort on some white bread or something that's from a drive-through. I really have cut back on my drive-through action. So like, okay, and I just felt crappy anyway. So I really try to get in as much nutrients as I can, because I'm feeding not just myself, but my baby. So if I'm feeling good, I know he's feeling good. If I start feeling crappy, I know he's not going to feel so great. And he's sucking the life out of you. Not you, but me. But babies suck the life out of you, like literally. And that's why women, they have like acne, or their hair starts falling out. And then you start taking a prenatal vitamin. Go into prenatal vitamins. Most vitamins, especially if you have a terrible digestive system, you don't have a healthy digestive system, you only absorb about 20% of those vitamins that you're taking. And there's so many different fillers. You don't know what's in them. Most of them are not regulated by anybody, so anybody can come to you, off of Amazon. They have all these nice little packaging and stuff. You have no idea what you're getting. You need to actually research a company. Better yet, just eat organic, non-GMO foods, grow your own food. Then you know what you're getting. And limit all of the processed crap, all of the supplemental stuff. They're not good for you because you don't know exactly what's in them. And do you trust reviews? Because a lot of these people, I've gotten stuff off of Amazon and they're paying me to give them a 5-star review. I'm like, I really could use that $20 gift card, but then I would be lying. And some people have no morals and they will lie just to get that $20 gift card. Why wouldn't you? So just be very, very cautious and research what you're taking and putting into your body, because this is going to affect not only you, but if you're pregnant, your baby. And again, this doesn't have to be strictly just for pregnant women, but if you're trying to get your health back in order, eating a lot of plants, Dr. Christopher, he was at the School of Natural Healing that I went to, and he spoke about people being dehydrated and lacking vitamins and minerals because they weren't eating enough plants. And he says if you're dehydrated, you're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are mostly water, and in that water is your electrolytes, is your vitamins, minerals. So if you're deficient in anything, it's because you're not eating enough plants. And most of our stuff should be green, leafy things. If you look around outside, unless you're in a desert, things should be mostly green. You know, they're full of chlorophyll. That's the plant's blood. It's life. You know, the trees help, you know, make oxygen. It's life. It's, you know, we need these green things, not just to look pretty. We need to be consuming. Now, I'm not saying go out and eat a pine tree, but you know what I mean. We need to be eating leafy greens. We need to be eating according to season. What is in season? You know, leafy greens around here grow, you know, all year round. So we need to focus on getting our vitamins and minerals from nature. And if you can find a legitimate company, which is kind of difficult because a lot of them, and those supplements will be extremely expensive because they have to pay people to make sure what they're actually putting into their supplement is what is in their supplement. I like to turn to herbs. That's why I made my pregnancy tea that has a lot of the things that I need in it. Yes, now I'm needing to double the intake of what I have because my baby's getting bigger and I need more of those nutrients. And it takes about, so if you are iron deficient, it takes about a month to build up your iron into your body, but you're going to start feeling better within a week. You know, I'm starting to feel better, and I just know my body, so I can catch that. And then I talk to my OB and like, hey, you know, can you please just run these blood tests? I don't know what is up with doctors and not wanting to run blood tests. I'm like, it's not like you're the one who's got to poke me. It's like, just, well, okay, I understand to an extent because you have to justify to the insurance companies why you need the blood test. So, but anyway, that's a whole different topic in and of itself. So getting your vitamins and minerals from plants and research supplements that you're taking. I don't take a whole lot of supplements. I like to make my own green juices and trying to eat as many plants as I possibly can. I do take that liquid Floradex to help me with my iron because I'm just simply not getting enough of it in my diet. And I am not at all concerned with my folate. I have my folate checked and it's actually on the higher end of that green bar, which I'm happy with. And you get your folate. So there's a difference between folic acid and folate. So my OB said take X amount of folic acid. I'm like, nope. Because folic acid is synthetic. It will increase your numbers, but it's not as easily absorbed in your body, and it's synthetic. So I take, I don't take, but it's in my prenatal, my plant-based prenatal as a plant source. But you can get your folate from leafy greens. So you ain't got to worry about that. It's a B vitamin that you can get from leafy greens. So, all right, you guys, I hope this video was educational for you and you guys were able to understand what I was saying, because sometimes I like to ramble in almost every single video, including this one. So, all right, you guys, please subscribe to my channel, show some support, and I'll see you guys later.